beginning tonight by offering yourself a very big welcome, a welcome to be here. And being aware of the arrival of being in this place tonight in our book group with others. Just noticing whatever you notice, whatever is here for you in this moment. And I'd like to begin the evening with what we've been reading about in the chapter, Two Kinds of Peace. The first kind of peace that Thanissara is talking about is shamitha, and that is the peace of tranquility. That peace also includes as a part of it concentration and the jhanas that we read about last week, and also samadhi. So shamatha is a type of meditation where our focus is on calming, on stabilizing, on unifying, on steadying and gathering the mind. So I'd like to invite everyone to bring their attention to their breathing, and using that as our object of the shamatha meditation, and beginning to just get in touch with the natural breath that is passing through you moment by moment. And in the simplest way, the most practical way, the most direct way to be in touch with the breath is by noticing and feeling the sensation of the breath as it passes through your body. So it's always beneficial to be aware of what it actually feels like to breathe in this moment. What do you notice? And as the urge to breathe out arrives, what does it actually feel like for the body to breathe out? To begin to get in touch with the movement and the rhythm of your own natural breath. So we want to remember that when we breathe as an object of concentration, it's not a breathing exercise. It's not like pranayama in yoga or other forms of breathing exercises. It's just following how the breath is moving as a place to land, the mind. And so if we can pay attention enough, we can really start to begin to feel how one inhalation may be a little different from the next inhalation. How one exhalation may be different from the prior exhalation. And that's all fine. It's a process of just settling in and being curious about your breath. What is it like this evening? And as you breathe in, you might notice a little pause that's there before you breathe out. And as your out-breath completes itself, again you may feel a little pause before you breathe in. And it can be very interesting to kind of hang out in that pause a little bit. It may just be very subtle and quick, or it may be longer and more distinct. But it can be very interesting to rest in that place. And so what's really very beautiful about this is that we don't have to really do anything with the breath. We're simply invited to be present with it. So, to remember that the body knows how to breathe. And in our life, we've had many influences and interruptions that have pulled us away from remembering how to fully be with breathing. So if we can start to let go of some of the busyness in our life, the planning in our life, all the daydreams, all the multitasking, it can become much, much simpler to just be with the breath. Your own special breath. And so it takes a gentle effort. It takes some willingness. And just as Tizer mentioned, sometimes as we're doing this, the longer we do it, we might get a little bored, or the word she used was humdrum. But if we can remember to notice its uniqueness and what it really feels like, it can keep us more interested and provide a foundation for meditation. And if you feel that you need a little bit of a boost or support in staying present with the breath, it's very simple to just use the soft mental words as you breathe in the mind, just saying breathing in. And as you breathe out, just saying breathing out. That helps to amplify the ability to stay focused. Or you could just experiment or not. Now, as we've been sitting here with the breath, practicing, you may have noticed that there are times when the mind is not staying steady with the breath. The attention is going elsewhere. And this is where vipassana steps in. Vipassana means to see clearly what is going on moment by moment. And so vipassana is the other form of meditation that she is speaking about. And it's a complement to shamatha meditation. So when we notice that the mind has gone off, here's a call to us. It's time to pay attention. Can I notice where the mind has gone off to? Can I notice if I'm thinking, if I'm planning, if I'm worrying, if judgment is coming up, if the hindrances are arising, so aversion or the wanting mind, wanting something that you don't have right now, or restlessness or sleepiness. And so here's the time to be aware of that. And what we can do is we can let go of our focus on the breath, actually, and bring our full attention to whatever is present, especially if it keeps repeating itself and it's constant. So if like this aversion keeps arising to something, it's the wanting something to be different keeps arising, or fear keeps arising, or sadness keeps arising, we can start to see how that feels in the body. We let go of the breath focus and we bring our attention to, let's say, fear. And where is that fear in the body? We investigate it. This is where our curiosity really pays off. What does fear feel like? And is there a story arising around fear? Why I have this fear? Or do I just want the fear to go away? And start to notice how this is feeling. You can even say, where does this fear come from? How is the fear changing? So we start to work with, to see clearly how this is affecting us. How mind states of hindrances of judgment, of mental and emotional afflictions are there, and then we begin to work with it, with investigation. Some of you may remember the practice of rain that we did. Recognize, accept, investigate, and no identification, so that recognizing, we can do a little investigation right there with it. Or investigate, we can just start to see. And as we do this, things may begin to shift or change. As we do this, we may have greater understanding or insight into the nature of why the fear or the agitation or the restlessness or the sadness is arising. And this is where we start to understand our experience. And when we've been with that for a while, then we return to our breath and we come back to the shamatha. We come back and we stabilize there again. So just being natural and being with your own experience and just being with whatever is there for you without me speaking. Seeing if you can work with that a little bit.